Namaste, everyone. Xin Chao. And I have some exciting news to share with you. I have a new book out. It has just been published, and here it is. This is called The Universe is an Isolated System, 5 Words That Define Immortality. This is what the book looks like. It's not a thick book. In fact, it's actually a very short book of 42 pages, and I think that everyone would like this book because it doesn't take very long to read. It's easy to read. The ideas presented are stated in a concise manner. I also would like you to buy the book if you can or if you choose to, because by buying this book, you will be showing support for me and for future endeavors that I may be taking in the future. In this book, I first of all explain the laws of physics and specifically the laws of thermodynamics. Now, as you might know, there are actually 4 laws of thermodynamics, numbered 1, 2, 3, and 0. They were not discovered in that era. That's what, in the correct order. That's why the 0th law is called the 0th. They didn't want to say it was the 4th law. But we look specifically at the 2nd law, which says that entropy will continue to increase as time goes on. But that might sound kind of negative, but remember that entropy is a concept. Entropy can actually be reversed, but only if you reverse time. And this is one of the things that is discussed here, how time can actually be reversed. And it has to do with the theory of the Big Crunch, which I discuss in this book here. Next, I discuss quantum theory and relativity. Now, these are 2 theories, these are 2 concepts that revolutionized the idea of physics. Like classical physics, which we often recognize as Newtonian physics, or the physics that existed prior to the theory of relativity, that has very distinct laws and distinct rules that are followed. It's all, for example, Euclidean geometry, that sort of thing. But quantum theory changes all of this. And quantum theory holds that objects, now this is these are very small particles. This is not large objects like, let's say, people or planets or any of this other stuff. It can't, but it has this theory that 2 small, minute particles can share different spaces at the same time. So this is kind of a revolutionary idea, and it could very well explain a few things about human consciousness and about energy fields. Now, we also bring up this concept that energy itself is that is to say, consciousness. Human consciousness itself is a form of energy. Now, if we have a form of energy that is never created nor destroyed, as the 2nd law of thermodynamics implies, then we would have, then the result of this would be that there is, that life itself, or human consciousness, that is what makes us us, is not something that could ever be created or destroyed. And there are different theories beyond this. There are some of them date to ancient religions. Hinduism, for example, has a strong belief in reincarnation, and we find this in a lot of ancient literature. This is something also held in Buddhism, and to a lesser extent, even Gnosticism which is a form of Christian thought. Um, the Catholic Church and other religious bodies do not necessarily say that reincarnation is a correct idea. Um, there is a lot of belief that within the religious community that it is conceivable that there can be reincarnation. Um, just as there can be a final destination, heaven, hell, whatever. Um, Now, I would say that um, all these concepts that I mentioned in here were meticulously documented. Even though it's a short book, uh, it's 42 pages, there are numerous references, and those seeking um, more information or seeking further literature on these subjects, they can look in there, and I do put a lot of footnotes in there. Though this is a short work, I invested a great deal of time and effort into its creation. Um, I couldn't make it a longer work because I just couldn't. Um, Otherwise, I'd just be stuffing it with fluff and fodder. I tend to write books. If I'm writing anything, I tend to write something that I myself would want to read. I don't like to be bogged down with a lot of concept theory, much of which does not get to the point, and much of it just rambles. I don't like that in any book, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. But what this book really was to me was it was a great deal of enjoyment. I enjoy writing. I enjoy presenting ideas. This is something that I have a real passion for. And I really hope that anyone who reads this book enjoys reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Now, I would like anyone who has a question to leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. Also, if you do read this work and have comments, if you like the book, if you have criticisms, it doesn't matter. Leave a comment below or send it to the email. Now, there's an email address that I also put in the description. And I really hope that you do enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed putting it out. So, until next time, stay curious.